What is up, vintage gamers? We are playing a vintage challenge today, Saturday, 3/26/2022. I didn't put too much thought into what I wanted to play today. I know that everybody is still playing these like Saga Tinker decks that I think are kind of clunky and awful, so I'm just gonna try to bring back the Deed deck. The only thing I'm worried about is that people have finally stopped playing like the Grixis Tinker decks, which I think are very bad, and are playing the Esper Tinker decks, which are a little bit better. And the Esper Tinker decks like to play Prismatic Ending, which is a kind of rough against Oath of Druids. So what we're doing is we're playing a Control, Oath, Pernicious Deed, Dress Down, Shell. I'm trying to play Grizzlebrand and Horror today instead of two Archons. I don't know if it's right, but I felt like doing it. And then I'm playing like anti-PO cards with Narset and Karn in the main, as well as two Vigors in the main. Counter suite of Fluster, Swansong, forces, and then your my standard package. I did put a liquid metal coating in the Karn board because there isn't really a Karn board. Karn is basically just supposed to be one-sided null rod. But I saw that there was a liquid metal coating in the Syven's deck. And I think that's fine. I think if you play like a liquid metal coating, or if you play a Mycosynth Lattice as your like one Karn thing, it's totally reasonable. I still have like the ability to get a needle, so it's okay. I think Karn just as a one-sided null rod is totally a reasonable place to be. So yeah, basically this is like very similar to the deck that I won the PTQ with. I just made a couple adjustments for a more PO heavy metagame with Narset and Karn in the main. I did swap out the decay for a trophy. I felt that the need for uncounterable decay was lower than the need to be able to hit lands with trophy. So that's why I did that. And I kind of do like the one Swansong, but it's more of a test card than anything else here. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know how well this is going to fare against the current metagame, but theoretically it should be nice against like a pile of Tinkers. So. Okay, here we go. Round one, Vintage Challenge up against Senpai. Probably on Whales or like Jeskai of some kind, but could also just be on Esper Tinker. No matter what, I think my oaths are going to get Prismatic Ending here. Ooh. Let's do it though. I think I'm just going to mulligan this, even though I have a Brainstorm and a Fetch Land. I just think it's a bad idea. I think I would rather just use the London. Yeah, this hand's much, much better. Much, much better. Yeah, I kind of agree. So there's some interesting things here I can do with like Time Walk into Vamp Lotus, Will Time Walk Probe stuff. But I think I would rather just bottom the Will and then probe and see what's up, and then maybe go for like walk into Vamp Oath or Vamp I don't know, Ancestral or something like that. I think I would rather have both lands and the Moxen. And I think I think that makes sense. Like there are definitely some lines I could go for Yogg-Will, but I don't really like them. I want to know what my opponent's doing first, so I want to get like full information off of Gitaxian Probe. Like if they have a force, if they're playing Jeskai, that's not the right one. My opponent kept, okay, so they are on Esper Tinker, and they kept Mental Misstep, Flusterstorm, Force, Time Walk, Mana Crypt Emerald. I don't know how I ever win. my Vamp is just going to get forced, or I guess it's going to get misstepped, and then my other spell is going to get forced. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they're going to top deck Tinker too, right? This looks very bad for me. I don't really know how to proceed. I think the answer is I Time Walk and then I Vamp and see if they misstep it. And then if they do or don't, I jam into Force, which they have to force. Probably end up pitching misstep. I don't have any threats that I can vamp for that are land bait. Like I don't have like a Saga in my deck or anything. All right, well, the good news is I don't know if I draw Oath, they have to counter it with, and then all they have is mana and Time Walk, I guess. My opponent's hand is just too strong for this kind of mulliganing. All right. Oh, they pitched Time Walk. That's interesting. So their hand is Emerald, Tundra, Mana Crypt, Fluster. And they have a Spirit token. And they drew a Saga. Okay, fair enough, I guess. So they're not even going to hold up the Fluster that they kept over the Time Walk. Interesting. So if I draw another Oath, or if I draw like a Planeswalker or something. I'm so fucking good at this game, chat. Maybe it's my time to win after all the failed challenges. Maybe it's just my time to win now. Who needs a vampiric tutor, right? I'm just gonna put in at least one spirit. Yeah, I'm gonna just leave 2 spirits. How does it feel? It's good after going 0-5 and 0-4 in the last 2 challenges. I don't know if we win this game. Like, if we hit a hull breaker here, is that even good? Maybe. Probably. Another thing that I have infinite mana. That's cool. Another thing that I did was I'm playing Memory's Journey and not Gaia's Blessing. For whatever that's worth. I'm going to hold this so that I have infinite mana on the next turn after I draw Grizzlebrand. I hope they don't have like a Cage in their main or like draw Tinker, but... So a thing I was considering playing today was Niv Mizzet. This wouldn't have been that much better as Niv Mizzet. I don't know. I didn't really get that far. I just kind of like the idea of the secondary target being both like I mean, this is gonna do nothing, right, against the Hullbreaker Horror. I just like the idea that I like bounced like this is pretty sweet for me, right? Because if I get a Grizzlebrand, I can now play a spell and bounce the needle, and then I can use my Grizzlebrand, like that kind of stuff against Hullbreakers and Hull Breachers and that kind of thing. I have 1 card left in my deck, by the way. And they have a Flusterstorm in their hand. But I have... God damn it, dude. Why am I so unlucky? Let's see. If I Memory's Journey and pay for the Flusterstorm... All right, I think that's fine. I already told you, I am playing Memory's Journey and not Blessing. So, I Memory's Journey myself, and I put back Yogwill. Deed. And I want to put as many cards back as I can in case something bad happens. Maybe just Time Walk. And then this is going to bounce. I guess I'm going to bounce this, but I'm never going to be able to use my Grizzlebrand anyways. I think I still am supposed to bounce this needle. Oh, no, maybe I'm supposed to bounce the emerald so I have more mana. That could be true. Hmm. I mean, if my opponent drew like force, I just lose, right? It's kind of unfortunate. Grizzlebrand being the second to last card is not ideal. Maybe I was supposed to play Blessing. I don't know. Guess if they drew second Flusterstorm, it's also pretty bad. Okay, they didn't have anything else. I feel like I got a little lucky to not be dead here. Okay, so this makes infinite mana, right? And I can blow up this board. Is that true? I don't know if I want to do that. It does mean it turns off their academy. I get in for 7, but then they get to flip into a creature. I guess flipping into a creature doesn't really matter. I guess I could blow up the Oath. So I can just do... I can play Deed right now and bounce the Emerald and keep both of my Moxen and then blow up the Oath. That's kind of cool, I guess. Kind of sick. I guess if they draw Ancestral, I lose. But anything else, I should be fine. That's kind of an interesting set of plays. Soul Guide Lantern. I guess that turns off my Yagwell. But they probably cycle it and look for Ancestral, I would guess. Yeah, it would have been quite bad. It would have been quite bad. I do agree. All right. I don't know any more of their cards now, right? So this is just draw and look for something good. Ancestral or Tinker, I would say, are probably the only ones. Brainstorm for Tinker or Ancestral. I mean, I do like lose to Ancestral here. Ancestral target me. I feel very... So I felt very lucky, or I felt very unlucky when I looked at their hand. And then I felt very lucky when I drew an Oath. And then I felt very lucky when I drew a second Oath. And then I felt very unlucky when my Grizzlebrand was my second to last card. Too funny. All right. I'm going to bring in Deed, Nullrod, Claims. I'm going to get rid of Strip Mine. I'm going to get rid of Swan Song. Flusterstorm. I don't really feel like fighting like a counter war on the stack is exactly how you actually want to play against Esper Tinker. I kind of like permanent based hate and like claiming sagas and stuff like that. I always found that to be more useful than Flusterstorm. Maybe I can actually just take out this island as well. Something like this. Like, I shouldn't lose to Tinker with this configuration. Like even if they Tinker a Citadel in play, it should be fine. And I actually do have outs to a Sphinx with Hullbreaker Horror, which is kind of cool. Yeah, I think this is how I'd like to play it. Kind of an odd way to board, but I think it makes sense. Maybe I'm supposed to bring out Vampiric. It's possible. Yeah. That's a keeper. That's a nice restricted hand. Yep. Let's do it. I just think it's more achievable than hitting 6 mana. I don't think this deck gets to 6 mana very well. All right, they're tapped out, which means we're not going to get Flusterstormed. Another force. So how do we want to play this? I assume we want to just go Lotus Ancestral, but we could go Lotus Narset. I kind of think it's worse. It's probably just supposed to be Lotus Ancestral. Wow. I was hoping to hit a mana source so that I could play my Narset. I guess we're gonna cast some Preordains. Just like a Forbidden Orchard lets me cast Oath of Druids, right? All right. I mean, I'm supposed to keep both of these, I guess. I don't want to use another Preordain. I kind of want to leave. Jeez. Maybe I'm just supposed to get them both with 2 Preordains and still play Oath. Like, I just keep it top, and then I Preordain again, and I top and then use whatever, and I play an Oath, and I have an Emerald and a Sea and only 1 Force of Will, but if I have another Mana Source, I can maybe play a Narset. It feels really dumb to, like, get rid of my double Force of Will, though. The problem is, if I'm drawing Underground Sea next turn, like, that's not good. I'm not doing anything. I feel like I have to. If I draw this, I will have another Force of Will. No, I kind of just want to hit like mana sources. Ay. Maybe I should have kept Swan Song in. Not exactly thrilled with how that went. For casting Black Lotus Ancestral, that was probably the worst it could have gone, I would think. I guess I could have drawn both both Oath targets. That would have been worse. Why do I feel like I'm gonna get tinkered with like Fluster back up here? Needle? Sure. You got it. And this is Tinker. They won't have force backup, so that's good. Grizzlebrand. Oh, maybe they will have backup. Looks like they have Tinker with Fluster backup, and if I had kept the Preordain, I would have been fine. I mean, that was a choice I could have made. Yeah. I mean, this was something I thought about. It's something I said. I said I could just keep the preordained so I had double force. I don't know. I mean, I have good draws. I have claim. I feel so bad though. Claim? Karn. Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like I threw the game because I feel like I made the correct play. It just, it went so badly. I'm pretty sure I wanted to get both mana sources and try to find a third mana source. Like I can even Lotus, like if I find a third mana source on this turn, I can Lotus, Yagwil, Lotus, Ancestral. I mean, I'm gonna hold this Oath of Druids because if I draw for Force of Vigor, I don't know. Maybe they'll brick on this. It is Esper Tinker, so it's like really bad Citadel deck. Fetch land is not really a brick, but land plus crack is a good sign. Oh, they hit Ancestral. Well, not much I can do. Like I said, I think the only decision in this game that was really mattered is playing second preordain. And I don't know. I like the play I made. I just think I got really ranched for it. Hmm. No, I don't really like negation. I don't really feel like those are the ways that I want to play this matchup. I don't feel like fighting a counter war when my opponent has 4 Flusterstorms is like they're always gonna have more mana than you, and they're almost always gonna have like the Flusterstorm advantage. I just really dislike it. I would rather just fight more of like a Null Rod battle. I'm a little concerned with this hand because of the Forbidden Orchards, but I think I'm just supposed to keep it anyways. All right, well, there's a force pitching a fluster. Like, I think you want Force of Will because it's just, it protects my own things, but I don't really feel like negation is the way I want to go. Kind of want negation just for Doomsday. All right, I'm okay with this because it's going to let me not use my Orchard land. I'm just looking for an Oath. Anything else is like bad. It's fine, I guess. Really? uh, it's kind of unfortunate. Oh, I didn't draw anything, so yep. This looks bad. This Karn might have a hard time surviving. Yo, what up? I don't have a bridge or anything. Maybe I should. This many Forbidden Orchard tokens is very bad for Planeswalkers. Which is why I typically don't play Narset in my builds, but I don't think I'm allowed to like mulligan the hand that I had. It seemed pretty strong. At the very least, I get to kill this. And then I get to have Karn for 3 turns or 2 turns. I'm like so far behind though because my opponent played Ancestral into Brainstorm Fetch Land, which is just vintage, I guess. They have a dig in their deck? Jesus. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna lose this game. We've just been severely outdrawn. And I have a Forbidden Orchard, which has not played well. Maybe I was supposed to mulligan. It's possible. I guess a bridge would not do very much against Spirit Tokens anyways. Hmm. All right, I take everything back. I'm not destined to win today. When I said I was destined to win today, I was actually lying. I was not being truthful. Storm. I can pay for Storm, but I don't want to pay for Storm. Gonna be pretty far behind. I think I have to Ancestral on their turn. Because I don't want to pay all of my orchards here. Yep, they've drawn. Obviously, they had Fluster actually, so we played around that correctly. All right, so my top card is Nature's Claim, and then I have a fetch land, so I have like 0% chance to win this game, right? I'm just gonna lose to these Spirit Tokens. 100% to lose to these Spirit Tokens. Oh boy. Pretty far from the... Oh, I didn't leave... Okay, that's actually better, because I can just cast a Force of Vigor on their upkeep. I guess if I draw Black Lotus, I might be able to cast this Grizzlebrand. Yo, what's up, Frodo? Hope you are well. All right, well, I didn't get Saga. My Karn is now down, though, so they can do whatever they like. It was a Null Rod on Vanishing. Vanishing 3 Null Rod. It was stopping a top. It's probably for the best. Yeah, I mean, we can draw Black Lotus. That would cast Grizzlebrand. Oh, they found another Saga. Yeah, I don't know. Vintage has been really rough for me recently. Oh, I'm glad to hear it. That seems like a good idea. Okay. Hello? Does it resolve? This is the biggest does it resolve moment of the night. I think waiting sucks, so I'm just jamming. I have a Veil, I have an Ancestral. No, my opponent! They kept in Mindbreak Trap? That's a very senpai thing to do. Well, I don't know. Vintage is too hard. I'm just like keep going back to game 2 where I don't feel like I made a mistake, but I feel like I got punished for the play that I made. I mean, I guess I looked at I cast Ancestral and drew 0 mana sources, so maybe like I shouldn't beat myself up too much about it. I also don't think Mindbreak Trap is useful against me, but you know, it is what it is. I don't even know how I win this game. I guess I can draw a Deed. I have 2 Deeds in my deck. Oh, they have Tinker too? Jesus fucking Christ. All right, yeah, you know what? Whatever, man. You got me. Yeah, okay. That was just like a brutal showing of what happens when one player draws Ancestral, Brainstorm, Fetch Land, Dig Through Time, and the other does not. Just like not much I can even do about it. All right, here we go. Round 2, Vintage Challenge, Oath of Druids. This is a Molda 6. Is it a good enough Molda 6? Yes? No? Kind of? It's not a bad Molda 6. I'm gonna keep it. Maybe I'm just supposed to mulligan because of London. I can just find Ancestral. I don't know. I should probably be more aggressive with the mulliganing. But it's like pretty hard to mulligan a Force of Will hand when your opponent could be like breaching or tinkering. Like very likely breaching or tinkering. So this is like a very good hand against a Manifold Key blue deck, so I'm pretty happy with the keep. Ancestral on my upkeep? No. All right, well, with another blue card, I am going to probe and see what's going on. I was thinking about holding the probe, but now that I have extra blue, I would rather try to find a green source. Oh, they're playing Pio, and they have Flusterstorm. Interesting. I don't think I want to play this Oath of Druids. I think it's going to get pitched to Force of Vigor. I think I'm just going to force these 2 things on their upkeep. That just puts me super far ahead, right? Maybe I'm supposed to get a black sword? No, I'm probably supposed to get a green source. Like, with no Orchard and no Grizzlebrand, this Oath is not even that good. And they have no way to play around this. Like, they can fluster me and tap me out, but I don't care. The only way this goes badly for me is if they draw Ancestral, in which case they have Ancestral with Flusterstorm back out. But I'm probably cycling the stress down as well. Obviously, that comes back to bite me if they draw Saga off the top, but I think I'm down to find some mana sources here. See, that would be a fantastic draw if I have an extra mana. Okay, just need to find another land, and then we can play an art. I mean, probably want to find a non orchard land, fetch land, or an island of some kind. I drew an orchard land. I mean, it's still correct to just jam this, but this is the reason I don't like to play Narset very much. I will probably end up having to Pernicious Deed away some of my own stuff. Because I kind of want to leave this in play. Oh, they drew Force. Okay, I mean, this is fine. I'm going to just let this happen. I know they have a Flusterstorm. I did give them a Spirit, but I don't think that matters very much. I mean, I have not much going on for me. If they draw, like I said, if they draw a thing that doesn't tap them out and is good. Then they have Flusterstorm. Not much I can do about it. 17 turn clock. Another force. Don't think I want to play this deed because I don't want to give them 2 spirits. That accelerates the clock, and I don't think I like that. I would rather hold this deed for them to play like a Saga first. Then it makes a lot more sense. Also, holding up a bunch of mana lets me pay for Flusterstorm. So Nathan is very happy they've acquired a win con, which is fair. I'm going to cast this Ponder. I want to find some action. Demonic Tutor. So if I draw a Ruby and then play Demonic Tutor, I can beat Flusterstorms. So I guess I should. I don't know if I should play it now. I guess I should play it now so I don't get Flusterstormed. Yeah. So this lets me get an Oath. Not that an Oath is like particularly good in this scenario, but it's at least something. This should... Is there anything else here that is actually good? Not really. My deck is kind of good cards light. I guess I could take like a Black Lotus and hope to hit a land and cast Grizzlebrand. It's not unreasonable. I think I would rather just had an Oath. Even a Hullbreaker Horror should be winning from here, I would think. I guess they could draw another force, in which case they did draw another force. All right, well, now I'm probably going to have to deed away my board at some point. Oh, I kind of want them to just play a Saga here. Like, they have a key in their deck. They have to have a Saga, right? All right, Jet. Demonic. I mean, yeah. I think they got Ancestral, thinking I don't have any forces. They have a Flusterstorm in their hand. Why would I counter their Force of Will? They had 2 Force of Wills? All right, well, is that their 3rd and 4th Force of Will? That's their 3rd Force of Will. All right, well, they have 3 fresh ones. And they didn't play a land. I think I am just going to blow up this board as bad as it is for me. It's worse for them. Maybe I will regret that later. We'll see. Oh, I'm so far behind now. Means I can't cast my Grizzlebrand anytime soon. Opal. Repeal your Opal. Saga. Yeah, well, I mean, I look like a fool. Memory's Journey. Don't really want to cast that. Man, my deck is... I know they had a Fluster from my Probe on turn 1. My deck is so clunky. Yeah, I mean, I could have held my deed. I just felt like they didn't have Saga because they... Or did they play land that turn? Am I stupid? No. They didn't play a land that turn, so they must have just drawn Saga off the top on the next turn. I don't think I'm shuffling back Deed when this is my only blue card. But now I might, because I don't have to pay an Orchard token into play. I don't know. I'm pretty dead here. Let's put it that way. I could draw another Dress Down, I guess. Yeah, I might shuffle back in DT, Deed, and Dress Down. Feels like a reasonable play to make. Yeah, I was trying to hold that deed for a Saga, but like their ancestral didn't draw them a Saga, so I felt like it was time, you know? Holy moly, why are they so big all of a sudden? Oath is like kind of bad. But it's not like the oath part was bad in this game. It was just my opponent resolved an ancestral recall, right? Like I have not resolved an ancestral recall. They've forced 3 of my spells. Yeah, a little bit of here, a little bit of there. I have just played far less ancestral recalls than my opponents. Demonic, deed, dress down. I felt like I was really far ahead on turn like 1 when they had literally nothing in their hand and I killed their whole board, but it didn't go. Wow. Justin's pretty smart. I kind of want to be able to draw an oath, so I'm just going to cast this now. They could have, I mean, if they have negation, they have negation, right? Don't care. They only have 1 force left in their deck, so this should probably resolve. And once again, Dress Down is a god tier card. This card is so sick. Ugh, I love Dress Down. And I drew an Ancestral. So the problem with Ancestral is Ancestral does get hit by Fluster, so I don't think I'm going to cast Ancestral. I think I am just going to wait on that. Especially because I don't want to give them an Orchard on their turn, or my turn, so that they can attack on their turn. Yeah, they don't have the old Fluster. The old Fluster is gone, but the deck is very likely to play 2 to 4 Fluster Storms. It's like the most common thing they could have left in their deck that would hurt me here. Another thing is that I really just don't want to tap this Orchard on their turn, or at all if possible. I mean, the minute they draw PO, it's really bad for me as well. Are they POing for 3 here? Looks like they're trying to PO, but they can't keep their Lotus in play. Which means they have 3 spells in their hand? That's really crazy. What could the 3 spells possibly be? They're gonna draw with their top. Okay, and then they're gonna PO for 3? Sure. I think I'm going to try to... Oh, they drew Tinker. Does that mean they drew a Fluster off of their top? I mean, they are tinkering away their top. Do I Ancestral to try to draw a blue card? I mean, I lose to Fluster either way. This way has higher upside. I don't know what my chances of drawing a blue card are, but... I think I'm gonna. They don't have Misstep either, because that's Exile, so they had Fluster. Yeah, I mean, like there's nothing I can do about this. This is why, I don't know. I feel like trying to bring in a bunch of Flusters and win a Fluster war against this is just a fail, like a way to fail. I mean, the good news is they got rid of their top, so they're going to have a Citadel, but no way to manipulate their deck, but they also have a land drop to give. We're very dead. Not much to say. Well, if I lose back-to-back matchups against Tinker Saga, then this deck is pretty much unplayable because it's supposed to beat Tinker Saga. All right. And I'm just currently not beating Tinker Saga. Maybe I am supposed to keep in more Flusters. I don't know. I just never felt like I would ever win the Fluster War. I don't know. I'm going to bring in all this stuff that I brought in last time. I might actually keep this one song. Maybe I'll leave in more flusters than I did last time. It just doesn't feel like a good fluster matchup. Like, if you board in 4 Flusterstorms and they just play Saga, you feel really dumb. But I guess I am so well set up to beat Saga. Maybe that's fine. Maybe that's the way we're supposed to approach this. Maybe I just take out... Oh, this is PO, though. Okay, wait. This is not Esper Tinker. This is PO. I want Fluster against PO. How's it like? Okay, yeah, there we. I just forgot we're playing against PO. For PO, we definitely want all of the counter magic. It's a different matchup than Esper. Do I want as many? I want like one less Oko in this situation usually. Though boarding out green cards is not ideal. And I already boarded the land out. My last board card would be... board a preordain out. This is fine. I like this board. I think this is much more of a good plan against PO. And I made my deck way better against PO by having a Narset and a Karn. So, I'm pretty happy with the way this deck looks against a PO. But PO is obviously so powerful that it might not matter. The thing is, my opponent cast 0 POs in that game and won. So, tough to say. No, I'm not worried about Saga at all. Not worried about Saga at all. I have like 10 answers to Saga in my deck. I'm boarding in claims and deeds and all kind of nonsense. So this hand, I'm not going to play a turn 1 Null Rod because I would like to play a Null Rod with Veil backup. Should be very good. So I think what I'm gonna do is just play a Demonic instead. Like, if they want to force my Demonic, so be it. If they don't, then we're gonna be okay. I think this Demonic is just Ancestral. Yeah. Well, the problem is I just don't think Fluster is good against Esper Tinker. Like, I think Fluster is good against PO, but I don't think Fluster is good against Esper Tinker. Maybe I'm just supposed to get a Force. That can't be right. I guess it does help me prevent me from dying. I was originally in sideboarding discussing as Esper Tinker because that's what we lost to last round, but PO is a different matchup. Like, I'm very happy to bring in all my Flusters against PO, where you have like four more high value instances sorceries that you have to hit, whereas like Esper Tinker is like kind of not playing that kind of game. So there's some options. Like, you can pick up Ancestral here. You can pick up Karn here. You could pick up Force here. Maybe I will just pick up Force here. This like lets me get to turn 2, and then on turn 2 I play Null Rod with Veil backup, and that should probably be good. I mean, I can't win the game. Like, there are no tutors that win the game, so that's so annoying. Like, if I had a Forbidden Orchard, I would definitely get an Oath, but I don't have a Forbidden Orchard, so there's like no way to get my opponent to have a creature. So I don't know. I just feel like Fluster, they always have too much. I don't know. I don't think I've ever won a Fluster war against Tinker. Like, they just wait until they win the Fluster war. Right? I don't know. I just think when you have 4 Flusters in your deck is like a pile of mush, and you can always draw so badly. I'm not forcing the Time Walk. Like, your opponent is always going to have the mana advantage against you. So if they make me force something here, then their Saga is open and I don't have a dress down. It's kind of unfortunate. Of course, I draw an additional... I mean, I'm supposed to just play it and use it, right? I mean, they know my whole hand, so. I mean, if they have Force plus Fluster, I just lose again, right? I don't know. So do I have to force this force? Or like, is that that's gonna lose me the game, right? What am I doing? Like, I guess I could lead on Veil in this turn, and then like if they fluster, what? I paid for it. I can't pay for it. I just let it get flustered, and then I play Null Rod. It just doesn't just stops a Saga token. It does. It does stop a Saga token. Why am I getting forward? I mean, I didn't know that they had Fluster and Force backup and Saga. Like, I didn't know Force lost me the game. But like, I'm definitely not ahead here, right? If they have a land, I'm losing. They just have a land. Yeah, but I don't want to use my Force. They have a Saga in play. I don't want to use my Force. I would rather. I guess if they, I don't know. Like, if I can help it, I would like to not Force. Force is like the last resort. I guess I just lose. Whatever. I don't know. I'm just not really having a lot of fun playing Vintage recently. This is like really boring. I guess my deck just sucks. Yeah, Needle on Deed. I mean, the best way to win was probably to not Demonic for Force of Will, but that also would have resulted in us losing, so it don't really know how much it matters. Like, my opponent had the answers that perfectly lined up with my answers, right? I have to draw Force. I have to draw Oath right now, and I didn't draw Oath right now, so I don't think I have any outs from here. Maybe I can draw like Ancestral into Time Walk into something. Like, I had a very clean answer to Saga, but I didn't have an answer to Saga, Fluster, Force, Gataxian Probe, so they know my perfect hand. I don't know. Like, my opponent gets to play with perfect information. I don't. The power of Gataxian Probe. Sure, man. You got it. I don't know. That is not the order we wanted Time Walk in. I don't know. Like, the only play I can truly make, I mean, there's two plays I can make differently in this game. I could DT for something else, and I could veil before forcing. I could force before veiling. And, like, unless, like, it makes sense in every instance except for my opponent having Force Fluster. And they had Force Fluster. So wait, don't I still get wrecked if I go Veil first? Oh, if I go Force first anyways? Don't they just force back? No, I force the Force and they Fluster and then I end up with a Veil. Yeah, I guess it would have been better. But I don't know. I just don't want to lose my dress down when they have an active Saga. I don't know. Deck's clunky, and I haven't cast as many Ancestrals as my opponents, so not really sure what I was supposed to do. All right, here we are in round 3. We're not doing very much winning. This hand's also not going to help us do much winning, so I'm going to mulligan it. This looks better, I guess. So let's do it. Nice looking Black Lotus. All access pass. You love to see it. All right. Well, I mean, they could just kill me on turn 1. That would be a nice way to go. I make my opponent wait for 10 minutes and they murder me on turn 1. That's good. That's good revenge, actually. I'm pretty down for that. If opponent oh, never mind. I was gonna say, if opponent wants to do that to me, I think I'm okay with it. What? Excuse you? What? Well, come on. In the O2 bracket? I know I made you wait, but in the O2 bracket, you're gonna go blind name a Sapphire? I mean, too funny. Unfortunately, because this is a strip mine, unless I draw a fetch land here, I don't really have much of a chance. But if I draw a fetch land, I probably can still win this game. That's not good. I guess I could hit their... I'll just do this. I guess it's the least of... Oh, I hope that sideboard went in. I don't know if I hit sideboard done in time on this arena game. I guess we'll find out if I draw Skyclave or a Sky Apparition thing or not. Yeah, I did not sideboard. Fuck. Unlucky, really. Maybe they won't strip mine me. Lol, what? They didn't strip mine me? Oh, thanks, opponent. Appreciate it. Good luck. Have fun. Looks like you died like a Ravager, maybe, but... Sure, you got me. Oh no, a Grizzlebrand. I mean, I'm not playing any more spells for the rest of the game, but... All right, Saga's a good draw. Maybe I still lose this? Oh, they're letting me get a Hullbreaker Horror too? I guess I don't still lose this. I guess I get a Hullbreaker Horror. Wild. It's those bottom 2 cards in my deck. How does this happen? I don't want to play more Magic, chat. I really don't want to play any more Vintage. I really don't. How does this happen? I'm dead. I lost. I can't believe I lost this game. Oh, man. My opponent doesn't even know, probably. It's too funny, man. I don't. This is the second time it's happened today. How could this happen to me? I mean, to be fair, I should have never gotten any oath. Like, I should have never gotten any oath permanents in play at all. I should have never gotten the card Oath of Druids in play. I should have never gotten a Grizzlebrand in play. Nothing should have ever happened. My opponent let that all happen and still gets to go and win this game. Fantastic. What a joke. I can't cast any Magic the Gathering cards. My opponent has a Trinisphere in play. I'm like much more interested in this other game. I'm sorry, chat. I think it's almost time to call it a terrible stream and end it. It's very much nearing that time. Mental Misstep, Gataxian Probe, Yogwill, Narset, Swan Song, Flusterstorms. I guess Yogg can stay. So like that. I'll have you know, my Storm the Festival hit 2 lands. But I can regrowth Storm the Festival and cast it again. And then cast it again. So, you know, small victories here. Just your casual regrow, your 6-drop, play your 6-drop. I missed again? All right, I guess I get a lair and a sky. I mean, I really wish I hadn't hadn't missed my sideboarding opportunity here. Oh, my opponent mistimed that. Nice. You love to see it. All right, let's submit this before I forget on this side. What's up, Trinisphere? Comical, beautiful, savage. That game was such a mess. What an absolute mess of a game. What the fuck is this? Is this a hand you're allowed to keep? I'm not even sure. I don't think I can keep this against Workshop. Maybe I can. No, the problem is this no rod's just so bad with my hand. This doesn't do it. Let's just try again. Yeah, this hand's much better. Just play turn 1 Oath and have them cry. All right, look cool though. It looked cool. And that's what matters, chat. I actually am winning this alchemy game, so small victories. All right, I'm gonna get rid of this dress down. I'm gonna cast like 4 or 5 Storm the Festivals. If you don't know what that is, it's 3 green, green, green. Look at the top 5. Put 2 permanents that cost 5 or less into play. I even play around Mindbreak Trap. Big winning. It's weird that my opponent isn't conceding after seeing this hand. Oh, my opponent. Hey, look at that, chat. We did it. I'm sorry about the double Q. Obviously, I did not mean to do that. Oh, nice 3-ball. Yeah. You got it, homie. Oh. Classic 3-ball mana crypt. Play a creature into Oath of Druids. This is a wild O2 bracket. All right, if I lose this game, I don't even know anymore. You can't. They have mental misstep in their hand, but they can't cast it because of Trinisphere. Oh shit! It's too good. All right, I'm gonna name creature. Sorry. Wait, did I leave in? I have 4 targets in my deck. Nice. No one said, chat, no one said anything. I can cast Oath so many times. I can cast Oath so many times. Oh, shit. I can put so many creatures into play. This is a nightmare stream. This stream is just a complete nightmare mode. I love my opponent. They just keep putting creatures in play for me. Maybe I'll have a Grizzlebrand this time. I can't win, man. I just can't do it. It's just not happening. It's just not happening. Oh man. It's okay. My opponent is at least letting me have a lot of fun. So I'm a happy person. Especially after that Sapphire. I don't know. Whatever. Random magic cards. I will not activate Oath again. I will tell you that much. There will be no more Oathing. I can't let this happen to me. All right, remind me to board out at least one of my creatures. It's fine to play the Grizzlebrand. All right, we got there. Game 3. All right, I definitely don't need all of these creatures, so I will bring back in. Does it hit artifacts? I don't think so, right? No. I will bring in Needle. How about that? Perfect. I need to probably restart Magic Online after this game. Oh boy. Everything is very laggy. All right, chat. Sorry to say this, but no one in their right mind names Mox Sapphire there. So it has to be done. This is not a good hand. I'm gonna mulligan it. This is a great hand. So you'll get to see this hand shortly. Do not worry. My opponent was gaining too much value. I had to stop that. Trinisphere? Come on. The third game? The third game? Come on, you gotta have... Come on, Trinisphere. Hit me. Hit me, opponent. Hit me. Do it. Chalice on 0. Sure. Sphere resistance. Right, I don't think I want sphere resolving. Pithing Needle? What if they're actually just a master? What if they are actually just a master? This is good. I don't have my deck list in the cardboard live. They can't even get it from there. Soul Ring. That one is not in my deck. It was a close call though. It was a close one. So I, on the other hand, am just going to Needle Wasteland. Yeah, my opponent named Mox Sapphire when I had a Mox Sapphire in my hand. It wasn't ideal. All right, Ballista, our Ravager, sure. Yeah, Soul Ring, it doesn't do anything against Soul Ring. So, okay, I should be fair. It's possible that my opponent did not stream snipe me and in fact is just new, which is totally fair. I apologize if that is the case. I am obviously extremely tilted right now and not being a nice person. Here's my hand. All right, so my opponent can stop Oath from triggering if they use their Ravagers. I love the all access past full expedition. That's cool. Masterpiece. Yeah, my opponent is probably new, and I am just being salty and bad and mean. So, probably time to cancel me. I just don't know how you, like, what kind of logical conclusion do you come to reach Mox Sapphire, though? Like, you just use Black Lotus, the most powerful card, one of the most powerful cards in the game, to accelerate your entire hand into play, and then you named Sapphire? Feels a little weird. No, they're definitely all access pass because they have the special looking Black Lotus. All right, so this is a perfectly reasonable and smart play from my opponent. My opponent is going to sack a bunch of things onto Ravager, and then use the full Ballista so my Oath doesn't trigger. That's a great play. When they make a great play, I should say that too. I just have been holding this Forbidden Orchard, so nothing matters. But they made all the right plays this game. I have no problem with any of their sequencing or plays from this game. Yeah, yeah. I still don't know how you hit Mock Sapphire though. It's okay. I'm over it. The game is now over. It's a lot of Moxen. Yes, you're right. You should not needle Soul Ring. That is true. you make a strong point there. All the other plays. I mean, to be fair, you probably needle like Lotus or Oko or something. All right, creatures and artifacts. I have 8 cards left in my deck again. Fantastic. Watch me get like archive trapped here. How sick would that be? No, they had a Revoker in game 1, not a Needle. In this game, you probably name like Oko or Karn or a Fetch Land or something. Oh, we didn't search? Yeah, I guess that's true. You're watching some high quality vintage Magic the Gathering right now, let me tell you. I apologize. Not the best last 3 challenges, to say the least. Here we are, round 4 of this vintage challenge. I have 12 minutes to play this match versus Dreshi, maybe on Doomsday. Do I want to keep this hand that has Probe Fluster against possible Doomsday? I think so. It's kind of a greedy keep, but I'm going to, I think. Okay, they're not on Doomsday. Well, now I feel stupid. Maybe Esper Tinker or PO. Still not a bad hand versus either of those, but I guess if they cast Ancestral on my upkeep, I look silly. They did not. Let me play Fetch, Probe you. What do you got? They have Force, Fluster, Vamp. All right. All right, well, we get to play this game of Magic the Gathering. Let's do it. I got to play fast, though, because I don't have 12 minutes to play this match. I don't think I was supposed to let them vamp, but I guess I let them vamp. I was definitely supposed to fluster this vamp. I done goofed. Well, I currently beat Tinker, so I'm not worried about Tinker. If they go Ancestral, it's much better for them. I think I baited them by not casting my spell. I'm gonna hold on to this dress down because I don't have any action. That's a weird thing to say, but the thing is, like, if I draw action, it just gets Force of Willed anyways. But if they draw Saga, I want to be able to have dress down. Okay, well, I mean, this is just gonna get forced probably, but that's okay. Has to get forced some point. I'm not going to show them my orchard so that maybe they'll be convinced. Oh, they pitched PO. Okay, so they're playing PO. I will play another land. Maybe that's bad in case I draw Brainstorm. So I held my dress down for Saga, and they have drawn Saga. They do still have a force, though, that we need to get out of their hand. Hullbreaker Horror is an uncounterable 7-drop, so we're almost there. They might even force this stress down. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna cast a horror. I don't know. I should probably strip the Saga, right? So they can't get a top. I have to strip the Saga. I don't want them to get a top. All right. This lets me keep playing spells, which I like. Do you keep this land? I think so. I think so. I think I'm gonna fetch an upkeep here. So they have Hardcast Force plus Fluster, but my Hullbreaker is uncounterable. Oh boy. Yep, that's a 7/8. Deed. I have infinite mana. Doesn't really do anything, but I guess I could have cast this and bounced something. Yeah, I'm gonna cast this Deed and bounce back my Sapphire. I guess I should have done it pre-combat and maybe just bounce the token. I think bouncing back my Sapphire is better, though, because now I have infinite mana. So if I draw anything next turn, I have infinite blue mana. It's just getting forced. That's fine. I got the Black Lotus. So this kind of just does all the things I wanted to do anyways. So now I have a Hullbreaker Horror against PO. They have a Flusterstorm as their only card, and I have infinite mana every turn. So sounds like winning to me. Yep. Okay. This is the nice part about Hullbreaker. It has the secret text of being a Castle Magic the Gathering card. Sometimes you just cast Hullbreaker and you get them. All right, so against PO, I like bringing in Null Rod. I mean, it's Saga PO, so Null Rod, Deed, Claim, Force Negation, Flusterstorm, taking out Island, Strip Mine, Vampiric Tutor, Assassin's Trophy. Maybe I don't need more than one Deed. It's possibly that's true. Against PO, I probably don't need more than one Deed. Yeah, I not flustering the Vamp and like letting them think they can get Tinker was... I don't know if that was a good play, but it was definitely a 5-head play. I have nothing. Kill me. Never mind. I was F6. Yeah, I believe that should be how it works. Wait, this hand's lit. Hullbreaker Horror. Stealing the show. So we played against Esper Tinker and then Blue Black PO and then Esper PO. Interesting. So they only have 4 cards in hand. I think I'm allowed to wait. They're an F6. Oh, they're F6 though. I mean, if they're gonna F6, I'm gonna slam it. Oh, I got that didn't go well for me. My opponent did resolve Ancestral because I did that. So at least slightly punished. There was at least some amount of punished. I'm gonna hold this Brainstorm for a long time, very likely, because in case I draw like more Moxen. I might even like Pernicious Deed away their Moxen at some point so they can't PO them back up if they draw like Academy. Oh, hello, friend. My good friend, the creator. Yeah, I'm buddies with the creator. No big deal. That's a lot of Moxen. I'm like really scared about Academy though. I think I'm gonna Brainstorm. Am I gonna Brainstorm? I want to hit a land so I can play Deed and still have counters. I don't know. Oko. I mean, this has to be countered. If I just start playing must counter threats, should I just Brainstorm lock myself? Let's just Brainstorm lock myself. Well. This is not good. I can't cast any of my spells with counterspell backup. I guess I can cast Oath with counterspell backup, but that's it. It's pretty bad if they draw Tolarian. That's the only thing I'm worried about. I will play this Oath with at least counterspell backup. Okay. I just think that like waiting here can be detrimental to me, which is why I'm a little concerned. The cool thing is they do have to like force this if I were to do it, but I think I'm just gonna get this Deed countered. Yeah, that's fine. Force pitching fluster is gone. Like I don't have like, they can't repeal this yet, so all they can really draw is Academy. I guess they can draw like DT. I guess Land Tinker. Maybe that's too greedy. It was probably too greedy. I don't know. I'm just so I am not patient enough to play these kind of decks. I also have 7 minutes on my clock. All right, they resolve a DT. They get Academy, I assume, and then they PO. All right, I got punished really badly. Wow, I got punished so badly for this. Or they have Tinker. Looks like it's Tinker. Well, I got punished pretty badly for not being patient. They still have like a really hard time. Like if this bricks, I really just want to hit land. I can play Oko, turn it into an elk, and then trigger my oath. That's really bad for me. I can't imagine we're winning now. Wow, yeah, I threw this game. This was probably a 1 game if I just stay the course, leave open all my mana. Wow. I'm impressed with how badly I threw it, to be fair. All right, noted. Yeah, I mean, if they have a PO here, they probably win. Yeah, I mean, I threw the game. Like, that was obvious. They drew Demonic at the right time. Or maybe they were just holding it until I tapped out. I don't know. Just a really bad play. There's like just no real reason to do it besides I want to like start playing my 3-drops. It just feels like it feels so bad to like sit here and let them draw to like outs while I'm doing nothing and not progressing my board state at all. And maybe I'm just like I think I don't know. Just like playing against PO, I know how these go where like one thing just ruins everything. So it's hard to sit here and not progress. But I probably was supposed to, so. Like, until they find repeal for a null rod, I'm not dead, but once they find repeal, all right, they found repeal. All right, yeah, like, I threw that game pretty badly. Or did I have any lands coming up? No. I mean, I would have tilted off the face of the earth. All right, maybe I would not have won, chat, if I had just held up my counter magic. That's impressive. That's holy shit, that's so many cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's crazy. Well, I see. I'm kind of glad that I died to my own misplay and not I didn't have a land for 15 cards. You know? I feel like I'm more okay with that. Oh, Gataxian Probe's really good here. Gataxian Probe is really good here. I get to know how exactly to play around this. I think I was definitely going to go Trop C, Null Rod, and then, oh my god. Opponent, not like this. Not like this. My hand's so good. Why does he have to do this? I mean, I have to just let this happen, right? Great. It looks like I needed a Mox in my hand. If I had a Mox in my hand, then I could go turn 1 Null Rod with Force back up, and then we would have maybe been in better shape. But opponent having an Academy Lotus draw before I can even play Null Rod is probably not good for me. Like, all I need to do is have an action spell plus a fluster. I can't really combat that in any meaningful way. If I draw a different blue card, I can maybe go Null Rod this turn, Narset the next turn, Oath on the following turn. PO is so strong if it draws restricted cards, though. And currently there are, you know, 4 or 5 restricted cards. And 5 more cards in hand. And they have perfect information on how to play around my hand. No. Tinker? Off of the Opal? Oh, Snapcaster Mage. What am I doing? I'm just dying. I guess I'm just going to bank everything on Oath plus Force. They went for Probe, not Time Walk? What does that mean? Trying to draw mana source? Maybe they just don't have the protection in their hand and they're just trying to dig as deep as possible. That could be the case. I'm pretty sure... Oh, they're cracking? Demonic? Yogg. Alright, I mean, this is my time. Okay. So they get to flashback, Lotus, crack Lotus, Time Walk, and then they're in not even a better spot. They could just not Time Walk, I guess. Maybe they had Tinker the whole time. They just cast Tinker. Seems unlikely. Yeah, Time Walk. All right, so they have a Saga, a blue mana, a turned off Opal, and a Snapcaster, and I have a Null Rod and an Oath coming. All right, well, now they have 2 mana for Saga. So now their Saga can get them a Cage if they play it. I don't think PO typically plays Cage. They could also still have Force. I'm just jamming Oath. Guess they could have Repeal as well. All right. Well, time to find out if they have Cage. I assume they make a Construct for sure. It's going to put them into Metalcraft and everything. This probably doesn't make a Construct. This probably just taps and they get a top, I would assume. Oh, they're going to make another Construct. That's probably a good sign for me, unless they have a Cage. I don't think they have a Cage. It has to be a top, right? Oh, they have a Cage. Wow. This is PO player has a Cage. Okay. Then I'm dead. I need to draw Pernicious Deed. Wow. I just died. Fair is fair. They found the Saga and they had a Cage. Seems that taking 2 Time Walks is very good. I mean, I had outs. I had Claim. Claim is actually not an out. I think it was just Deed, I guess. Pretty brutal. I mean, they had a Cage in their deck. It's smart. Got. I felt like we were in a really good spot, but I guess my hand was just too slow with no Moxen. I mean, that's like the thing is, it's not Oath's problem. The problem is my opponent drew more restricted cards than me. Like, they played 5 restricted cards on turn 1 and took 2 extra turns, right? Like, it doesn't really matter if they're PO or Jeskai or anything. If you have Black Lotus, Saga, Time Walk, Probe, you know exactly what's in my hand. Like, you're gonna do fine, right? Like my hand didn't have any Moxen, didn't have Ancestral. It just had turn 2 Oath or Null Rod with Force backup. And that's not a bad hand. And against a lot of PO hands that might be winning. Just against that hand, it wasn't. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we've run particularly hot besides the very first game of the night, so. All right, I'm gonna call it for this stream of Oath of Druids. It didn't really work out today. We played against 3 PO and 1 Tinker, and I don't think the PO matchup is bad, and I also put in a bunch of cards for the PO matchup, like a Karn and an Narset. But it's PO, like if they draw a better hand than you, if they have more power than you, it can just be very hard to successfully, put down hate pieces in time. Like I don't think I played very well. Definitely threw the game 2 at the end there. But I also think we ran like much colder than our opponents did in most of our matches. I need to stop and like do some thinking about Vintage, what I want to play, because the last 3 weekends have been pretty miserable. I mean, I've been playing Brews, I guess, in the last 3 weekends, so that doesn't really help. But I haven't been doing very much winning, which hasn't been great for the overall streamer morale. I do think next weekend is the Vintage Showcase, so I'll probably play like a sweet PO deck or something for that. But it was fun, and I appreciate everyone who stuck around. If you're watching at the end of this video, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, or at least just subscribe. That helps me out a lot, and it grows the numbers, and a bigger number, better person. So I'll catch you in the next video.